Hello and welcome to the day ahead. It's Wednesday, January the 29th. I'm Andrew Gagan. Well, the local share market is set to open strongly with ASX futures up more than 0.4%. Global tech stocks have rebounded a day after the low-cost Chinese AI model DeepSeek prompted investors to question the dominance of AI leaders and their suppliers. Wall Street's main indices finishing strongly, with the tech-heavy Nasdaq adding 2%. Both the Nasdaq and S&P 500 were dragged lower the previous session by Nvidia, with its shares falling 17% or close to $600 billion in market value, a record one-day loss for any company. Its shares finishing almost 9% higher. The broader tech sector rose more than 2.5%, and the Philadelphia Semi Index was flat after falling more than 9% on Monday. While there are doubts over DeepSeek's low-cost claims, Sam Altman, chief executive of Microsoft-backed OpenAI, called the company an impressive model, saying, "We will obviously deliver much better models, and also it's legit invigorating to have a new competitor," he said in a social media post. And US President Donald Trump called it a wake-up call for our industries. Well, a number of big tech companies, including Apple and Microsoft, are due to report earnings later this week, with investors now focused on capital spending for AI. Elsewhere, earnings highlights include Boeing, its shares rising despite the aircraft manufacturer reporting its biggest annual loss since 2020. And shares in General Motors fell heavily as investors considered the threat of tariffs, even as the car maker posted results and an earnings forecast ahead of expectations. Investors are now looking ahead to tomorrow's Federal Reserve policy meeting. The FOMC is expected to keep its benchmark overnight interest rate at 4.25%, while US rate futures market has priced in about 49 basis points in cuts this year. In US economic data, durable goods new orders fell 2% last month, their lowest level since June. US consumer confidence also weakened, falling for a second straight month in January, amid renewed concerns about the labour market and inflation. And US home prices rose 0.3% in November to be up 4.2% over 12 months. US Treasury yields have rallied, the 10-year rising more than 4 basis points to 4.57 after falling to a 4-week low, and the 2-year at 4.21%. The US dollar has strengthened against the yen amid fresh tariff threats from the Trump administration, the Aussie falling back to 62.5 US cents. And Bitcoin is trading around 101,000 US dollars. Commodities, mixed oil prices have edged lower as concerns over disruption to Libyan oil loadings eased, while fears of weaker demand linked to soft economic data from China pressured prices. Brent futures at close to $77 a barrel. Copper rising almost 0.5%. Iron ore little changed at $103 US dollars a tonne. And gold is up around 0.8% to $2,764 an ounce, as increasing uncertainty over President Trump's proposed tariffs prompted buying in the safe haven asset. Locally today, the focus will be on fourth quarter CPI data, with expectations of a possible rate cut next month if it shows inflation is cooling faster than the RBA's forecast. On the corporate calendar, quarterly reports are expected from Atlas Arteria, Aurelia Metals, Boss Energy, Gold Road, Mineral Resources, Perseus Mining, Pilbara Minerals and Ramelius, while Whitehaven Coal and 29 Metals also updating the market. And shareholders of Sigma Healthcare and Chemist Warehouse are poised to approve their proposed merger later today. That's your day ahead. See you again tomorrow.